I'm CGTN reporter Hu Chao. Thanks for watching our special program of Amazing Xinjiang. It's day 24 of our journey across the land of the Xinjiang region. As you can see, we are now driving on the Tarim Desert Highway in the Taklamakan Desert, China's largest desert and the second largest drifting desert in the world. And from some area shots, you can see the magnificent view of the Taklamakan Desert. Well, I guess you have seen there are some big Chinese characters, the paperboard of these Chinese characters hanging on the one side of the big sand dune just now, which is said there is no desert lady desert, but only desert lady life. So as you can see, the desert is totally desolated. So why there is such a saying, no desert lady desert, but only desert lady life? Well, it is actually a quite popular saying among the oil field workers here. As we know, the Tazhong oil field, a very old oil field of China. It is located in the middle of the Taklamakan Desert. And previously, I've talked to some of them, and they just told me why there is no desert lady desert, but only desert lady life. Actually, working in desert is not easy. As you can see, all the harsh conditions here. It's quite a challenge for one to live and work here for so many years. But these oil workers have been quite devoted to their jobs. They love their job. They enjoy their job. And one of the oil field workers told me he actually has no time to feel the desolation in the desert. He is quite busy every day, and he enjoys the challenges from his work here in the desert. So that is his understanding of this saying. And also talking about the Tarim Desert Highway, it is said to be the longest road in drifting desert in the world, as long as over 500 kilometers, crossing the Taklamakan Desert from north to south. And it was built in 1993 by the Tarim oil field. And the project is said to be a miracle because it was really difficult to build such a long road amid the Taklamakan Desert. Because it is a drifting desert, so the sand dunes are moving all the time very quickly. Some experts say a sand dune as high as 1 to 1.5 meter can move 4 to 7 meters every year, and bringing about 7,000 cubic meters of sand. So you see, the road is quite easily to be buried by the sand. So that is the reason why they started to build the grain belts along the road, on both sides of the road, as you can see. These grain belts are built to prevent the road from being engulfed by the moving desert. And so many years have passed, more than decades of years have passed. As you can see, this road still in the good condition and plays a very important role here in this region. There are many large-size vehicles passing through this road every day, transporting important supplies or commodities between the north and south. And also the temperature difference here in the desert is big. It can be scorching in the noon time, and it can be freezingly cold, both in early morning and at night. And also the climate is quite dry, and you can feel the sand blowing into your mouth and eyes all the time. But all your workers here have long gotten used to this kind of harsh conditions. They've been living here, working here for decades. And a big thank you for their contribution to our life, to the country. And I've also talked to one of the female oil workers here. She's quite beautiful and quite young, 27 years old, and she told me there is also another popular saying in the Tazhong oil field, which goes like, the air is dry, the life is dull, and the mood is bad here in the desert, but oil workers have their own fun working here. And she always sees the bright side of life here in the desert. She says clothes, when you wash clothes, they can be dried very soon. And also because of the harsh conditions here, the desolation here, and actually people working here can get much closer to each other because they have to help each other, they have to talk to each other and help each other, so they actually get along very well here in the desert. And this girl, she's also determined to continue to work in this place in the next 10 years, which I really admire. And she is one of the excellent oil workers here. And what she says to me is quite inspiring. As you can see, as we move along this desert road, the view is always like this. Endless sand dunes, endless desert, endless sand. Also, thanks for the help from the Beidou navigation satellite for its help to navigate our journey through Xinjiang. Actually, you might feel the view in the desert is quite beautiful. That's why so many tourists stop here and take some photos. But here is an in desert, so it's quite dangerous. You got to be careful when you go inside this desert. You never go too far because you might get lost. It's very easy for one to get lost in a desert like this. So stay safe in the desert. Don't go too far away. Well, we've been through the southern Xinjiang for a couple of days since the special program started. So for you, if you want to take a tour in the southern Xinjiang, it's the place for you to experience the true Uyghur folk culture here, because over 90% of the population here in southern Xinjiang is Uyghur ethnic minority. So, talking about the desert, desertification is a worldwide problem, and China is also home to some of the largest desert regions in the world. So here in Xinjiang, we see desert, and also in Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region, like others like the Ningxia, Hui Autonomous Region, and also Gansu provinces. There are lots of deserts. And China has done a lot to turn the desert into grain, turn the barren lands into grain. And many ordinary Chinese people have made their contribution in this work. So I really admire their work. And because of their contribution, because of their work, we can tour this place like this. We can drive on this well-built road like this. Personally, I think driving through the Taklamakan Desert on this road is a lifetime experience. It's quite unforgettable because the view here is quite different from what you see in other provinces in China. And you may ask how to water these grain belts, how to maintain them, keep them alive. Well, actually, the Tarim oil field has built many irrigation stations here along the desert road, a total of 108 irrigation stations. And they've adopted this kind of drip irrigation. As you can see, there are many thin tubes sitting on these sand dunes. They're transporting water into different parts of the grain belts and water them. And also, many ordinary couples have been working here to maintain the grain belts, maintain this road. And later in our noontime show, we're going to introduce some of these couples who've been living and working here for many years. And we're going to know more about their remarkable contributions here in the desert. And also, our special series of the amazing Xinjiang will last for a few more days. It's expected to end by the end of this National Day holiday, and of course, happy National Day holiday and the Mid-Autumn Day holiday. And remember to follow CGTN on our multiple social media platforms across the globe. There are more exciting contents, exciting stories about Xinjiang. So don't go away, stay tuned. We have a lot more to offer. We're going to do some shows in our next spot, which is the Luntai County, and then Bohu County, and also we're going to explore the city of Turpan, a great hot spot for tourists, Turpan. So stay tuned. Okay, I think that is the end of this live streaming, and thank you for watching. Bye.